report. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning.
Good morning.
I certainly hope that each of you found some time during the holidays to rest and recharge because we have a lot on our plates in the months ahead as we continue to implement our 5-year strategic plan and make our case for the university during the long session of the General Assembly. Also, you're going to need energy because this board and our staff who support it will be on the road, moving around the state a good deal this year, beginning with a special education summit on January the 27th, hosted by SAS and Kerry, and we thank Ms. Goodnight for that, and 3 regular meetings to be held on our campuses at UNC Charlotte, East Carolina, and the University of North Carolina School of the Arts. So it will be a busy year. We appreciate very much the governor coming to speak with us this morning about innovation and accelerating commercialization of discoveries to the marketplace. Our universities bring in over $1.2 billion in external research funding, and the resulting discoveries, spin-out companies, and innovations help drive our economy. We are eager to work with the governor to do an even better job. 2 years ago, the board adopted Our Time, Our Future, the UNC Compact with North Carolina, a plan that set a 5-year vision for the university and laid out a strategy for achieving it. This strategic plan embodies our commitment as a public institution to teaching, research, and public service. Since its adoption, our chancellors, faculty, staff, students, affiliate organizations, and the UNC healthcare system have worked with us in pursuit of the 5 goals described in the plan. I remind you those 5 goals are to help North Carolina meet degree attainment goals that are responsive to our state's needs, strengthening the academic quality of our institutions, serving the people of North Carolina, maximizing efficiencies, and ensuring an accessible and financially stable university. We have made considerable progress and headway toward many of those goals, despite significant challenges in the resource area. We have provided regular quarterly updates to you and to the Strategic Directions Committee, but at this 2-year milestone, I wanted to provide a more in-depth overview of our achievements both to the board and to the people of North Carolina. So I encourage you to review the Our Time, Our Future interim report, which you will find at your places. It's also posted on our website. It is, I think, well written, and it was produced by our communications team and gives selected examples. And I want to emphasize selected examples, not all of the work we've done, but selected examples of the progress we have made as well as the current status of this important work. I want to thank Joni Worthington and her team, particularly Dina Conkle and Christina Cook, and I particularly want to thank Kevin Fitzgerald for the great work on this publication. As usual, I'd like to recognize those chancellors who are here with us today and to thank them again for the critical role that each of them plays on their campus and in our ongoing activities, and to acknowledge some of our recent campus activities and achievements that have occurred since your last meeting. You might think since we were in Christmas break there wouldn't be much happening, but there's still a lot going on in the university. But before I start with those recognitions, let me first begin by welcoming Mary Grant and Elwood Robinson, 2 of our new chancellors. Mary is at the University of North Carolina at Asheville, and Elwood Robinson is at Winston-Salem State University. Both of these people, they're both here for their first official meeting at the Board of Governors, but they have both already hit the ground running. They've been working. They were both working before their official start date, you need to know. I heard a lot from a lot of people about the questions they were asking, the information they were gathering, and they really have gotten off to a very fast start. I'm truly pleased to have both of them on our team and would ask you to join me in welcoming them to the University of North Carolina. ask both of you to stand up because I want to be sure everybody has a chance to see who you are. Thank you both. Last week, U.S. News and World Report released its 2015 rankings of the nation's best online degree programs. The rankings cover online bachelor degree programs as well as online master's degree programs in engineering, business, education, nursing, computer information technology, and criminal justice. Only online degree granting programs offering courses entirely online are considered in these rankings. And I'm pleased to report that 11 UNC campuses were ranked in the top 100 across the various categories, and 5 were represented among the top 25. In the initial rankings, the first rankings of online MBA programs, the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill is in a 3-way tie with first place. I forget the other 2. While North Carolina State, I think in large part to the amazing philanthropy that has allowed that school to really get off to a booming spirit of growth and enhancing what has already been a great program, is ranked 9th in the country. I think a remarkable accomplishment by both of those online MBA programs. Other online graduate categories where UNC campuses earn top 25 designations include nursing at East Carolina University, computer information technology at North Carolina State, UNCG, and NCA&T, engineering at NC State, and criminal justice at East Carolina. Kudos are also in order for Appalachian, Fayetteville State, UNC Charlotte, UNC Pembroke, UNC Wilmington, and Western Carolina, who had 1 or more programs, graduate programs in the top 100. Last month, Kiplinger's Personal Finance magazine released its annual list of the nation's 100 public colleges and universities that provide the best value for students. And for the 14th year in a row, UNC Chapel Hill topped the rankings. 5 other UNC campuses were among the schools that Kiplinger concluded delivered an exceptional combination of academic quality and affordability. They are NC State, ranked 12th, UNC Wilmington, 35th, Appalachian State University, 39th, UNC Asheville, 51st, and Western Carolina, 67th. 9 UNC campuses have been named to the 2014 President's Higher Education Community Service Honor Roll. This is the highest federal recognition that colleges and universities can receive for community service, service learning, and civic engagement. Those honor roll members include East Carolina University, Fayetteville State University, NC Central, North Carolina State, UNC Charlotte, UNC Greensboro, UNC Pembroke, UNC Wilmington, and Western Carolina. You can be proud that 3 UNC campuses, Central, UNC Chapel Hill, and UNCG, were on the honor roll with distinction. A collaborative project involving 3 UNC campuses, East Carolina, NC State, and Chapel Hill, as well as Duke University, will provide key research and solutions for saltwater issues affecting the ecosystems and the economy of eastern North Carolina. A $1.5 million grant from the National Science Foundation's Coastal Science, Engineering, and Education for Sustainability program will enable them to focus on solutions to saltwater intrusion into freshwater sources along the coastal plain. For the 8th consecutive year, the UNC Asheville Singers traveled to Washington, D.C. last month to entertain holiday visitors at the White House and to perform for soldiers in the Wounded Warrior program at Walter Reed National Military Center in Bethesda, Maryland. A wonderful tribute to those students who took their holidays to go to Washington and help celebrate with some of our national heroes. Governor McCrory recently named Shelby Stevenson, a poet from Johnston County and a retired UNC Pembroke English professor, the state's new poet laureate. Stevenson, who served as the editor of the Pembroke magazine, is a member of the North Carolina Literary Hall of Fame and will be installed next month. At last count, the UNC School of the Arts has 23 film and drama alumni involved in 11 films competing, premiering, or screening at this month's Sundance Film Festival. Earlier this month, UNC Wilmington's Watson College of Education hosted its first K-12 STEM education conference, where teachers from across southeastern North Carolina learned about different opportunities to incorporate STEM topics into their lesson plans. Approximately 150 teachers from 16 school districts participated. The University of North Carolina Press, led by John Scheer, who I saw out in the audience, and he's an innovative leader, one of the best people we have in the university system, in my view. They recently received a $998,000 grant from the Andrew Mellon Foundation to support the development of the capacities at university presses, not just ours, but others around the country, for the publication of high-quality digital monographs. John is moving our UNC Press and really leading the nation's presses to be more digital in the way they produce products and deliver publications in both inside and outside of the university. The funding will be used to facilitate collaboration to achieve cost efficiencies on a broad range of digital publishing activities, from copy editing to marketing. Those that aren't in the press world may not know this is a big deal. So thank you, John, and congratulations. Before I conclude, I want to acknowledge that this marks the last board meeting for William Fleming, our Vice President for Human Resources, who is retiring from the university. For the past 4 years, William has helped guide our HR efforts and worked closely with the board's Committee on Personnel and Tenure. And prior to joining GA, he spent much of his career in HR roles at NC State University and UNC Wilmington. So William, I hope you're in here and we can thank you very much for your service. Finally, I also want to take this opportunity to publicly thank Warwick Arden, who for the past 6 months, who has served as our interim Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs. As you'll recall, Susan Ortega left us to go to Washington, and we were in a situation of trying to figure out how are we going to handle this. We had the thought that maybe one of the best provosts in the system could come help us out a little while, and I spoke to Chancellor Woodson about that, and he was very encouraging, very encouraging, for which I'm thankful. And Warwick came, and he immediately fit in here and hit the ground running, doing both jobs. His job at NC State as provost and the job of the Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs here. Don't get the idea one person can do both of them. Only a superhuman hero like Warwick could do that. He's been a wonderful colleague to us here at GA and to our entire university system. It is remarkable that he was able to pull this double duty. And I will tell you that Chancellor Woodson, though it has put stress at his campus, has been a team player, has had generally a good spirit about this, has been generally a good sport about this, and I thank him as well, but I particularly wanted to recognize Warwick and thank you, Warwick, for what you've done for us. Thank you. Later this month, Junius Gonzalez will join us as our new Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs. I spoke with him last night, and he is excited about being here. He's still, I think, transitioning from Texas to North Carolina, but will be here on the ground working hard in about 10 days, I think. So thank you, Mr. Chairman. That concludes my report.
Thank you, President Ross.